So now I find myself at work for my old employer, Fox Television. I'm in master control. And I remember calling up my boss, Charles, and saying, "Hey, I'm back and I've got it from here." And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool." Hangs up the phone like nothing. I expected a little bit more fanfare. But but I'm working, I'm doing whatever it is I do there. And next thing I know, it's time to go to a Super Bowl viewing party in one of the big conference rooms. And I don't know who's playing in the Super Bowl, but I know the Cowboys are involved somehow, which just tells you that this is a dream. So I get into this conference room and there's a band there. There's a DJ and a band. And I said, "Hey, I've put together a little script for you. I want you to read from it." And it had something to do with the Cowboys. And I remember they took my pieces of paper and they read it and they laughed and they threw the papers. I'm like, well, fuck. Okay. Anyway, so I remember walking to the other side of the room. There were some beverages and different things like that. But I remember being really excited for this game. And then next thing I know, I'm in a hallway. And in this hallway, there's rows of people sitting along the walls. And this guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, you worked in the prisons. Is it always like this?" I go, "What do you mean always like this?" He goes, "These people are scary." I said, "These people aren't even in handcuffs." I said, "You've got the easy people. I worked with the criminally insane." I said, "You've got nothing to worry about." And as I was telling him that, one of his inmates, I guess, got up. It was a little old lady, and she walked off. So I followed her, and she went and sat on this other wing. And she sat down next to a lady and got a smoke. And she started smoking a cigarette. And I sat there for a minute, and then I went up to her and I said, "Are you supposed to be here?" She goes, "Oh, man, you busted me." I go, "Yeah." I said, "But I wanted you to enjoy some of that cigarette first before I took you back over to your wing." She goes, "Oh, that was really nice of you." So I said, "Come on, smoke that cigarette on our way." So I took her, I walked her over and I sat her back down where she's supposed to be. She put the cigarette out. The guy's like, "I didn't even notice her leave." I said, "You got to have your eyes open at all times, dude." I said, "Here, follow me." And I took this guy outside they had like a yard. And in the yard was this fucking lion. And this is kind of a flashback to another dream previously where I had lions in it when my sister was singing at the zoo. Well, here is another dream with a lion, but this was an emaciated lion. It wasn't in good shape, and there was nothing to be fearful of. It was out just kind of roaming around, and there's nothing to worry about. So next thing I know, here comes this bear, and it's Baloo from Jungle Book, right? And he's talking. It's a talking bear, and I'm like, "Dude, what do you eat?" I was asking what he eats. He goes, "I eat grubs and plants and small animals," right? And I was like, there was these like conch shells on this table. And I said, "Can you eat the conch shells? Can you eat the contents of the shells?" And he goes, "Yeah, watch this." And he started sucking out in these conches, and these like snail-like creatures were coming out. And he's like, "I could eat this if I want, but they're gross." And he's put it back in the shell. I was like, "Come on, please eat it." And he's like, "No, I'm not going to eat this, but watch this." And he starts blowing into the conch shell like you see in the movies, and is making this noise or whatever. And these fucking herd of wildebeest come fucking just stampeding in. Millions. It felt like millions. There were so many. And they surrounded us. I go, "What'd you do that for?" He goes, "Well, I didn't really expect that." And the wildebeest started, and there was me, Baloo, this guy that was with like a correctional officer, and there were a few other like talking animals. Like there was a koala bear now, I remember. And the wildebeest captured us. And they were putting us in cuffs and stuff and taking our cell phones. And I was like, "You're not taking my cell phone. No, no." And I had a Palm Pilot too, one of them old things. And I started trying to call the numbers in Master Control at Fox, trying to get help. But I was having trouble dialing on the Palm Pilot with the little pen, and then the one wildebeest snatched it from me. So I'm like, well, I still got my cell phone. He goes, give me that cell phone. I'm like, no, you're not getting my fucking cell phone. And he actually didn't take it. And I kept trying to dial the number to get help. And I woke up dialing the number. That's how I woke up from my dream. That's all I remember.